Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? Justin Hombach here, back from my practice cave, and welcome to today's video where we are going to take a deeper look, a note-for-note look of the new Megadeth single called Night Stalker. Here we go. So the new single is pretty awesome. Again, we have 4 solos from Kiko Loureiro, which is really awesome. And yeah, as I've promised, here's the lesson. You can download the tabs for the song in today's lesson in the description box. There's a link where you can download them. And I have to do a little disclaimer here. I'm a little bit sorry. My performance will not be as good in this video as usual because the reason why I have a few days delay with this lesson is that I was pretty sick and I'm still not that fit and not that healthy right at the moment, but fans of me are asking, Justin, where's the lesson? I need this lesson. I want to learn this song. And I thought to myself, okay, today I'm feeling a lot better. Still not yet at my peak, but a lot better, so I'm going to do the lesson now today, and you maybe hear it in my voice. I'm still a little bit still, and my playing is a little bit, not really focused and a little bit sloppy here and there, so sorry about that. But yeah, without further ado, let's start with the lesson. But again, the guitar of Megadeth currently is tuned 1 step below, so is it in this lesson here. It's tuned in D standard, but even though if you hear this note, this will be in E, I will always say to this the E string. So even if I have this note here, which is what you can hear a B, I will say this note C sharp, like this would be a regular tuned guitar. Okay, so grab your down-tuned guitar or your down tune on your digital amp, and let's start with the lesson. Here we go. Okay, and another thing here is that I just realized that the first half of this video, where I'm talking all about the rhythm guitar, was recorded with no audio. I don't know why. These are the things where I hate doing this kind of stuff, but I also love doing this kind of stuff. But all the technical difficulties that can be really annoying sometimes, especially when you're not feeling that well. So I first thought, hey, okay, come on, I just post the tabs and release the tabs on my YouTube page. But then I was thinking, oh no, there's still a lot of stuff to say about the solos, and maybe some people could get the solos wrong. So all of the solo stuff was recorded with audio. So here now is the full lesson of Night Stalkers Solo Edition. Because the rhythm guitar is anyway pretty easy, and it's not so hard. You can check it out in the tabs. So let's dive straight deep into the solos, shall we? Yay! Okay, solo time. Now the first Kiko solo is a solo where the first half of it is harmonized with the fifths of it. It can be that he's doubling it, playing it twice, but yeah, the harmonization of it is the fifths over the melody that we are playing. We are playing the top melody, so the higher melody of this kind of harmonization, and it goes like this. Okay, we are here in the key of B, Phrygian dominant, as I've mentioned in the rhythm section, and we are first starting off with a bending from the A to the B on the E string, having a slightly bend release and going up again, and we are playing from the 20th fret, bending to the minor third first here, so we are mixing between B Phrygian and B Phrygian dominant, to be honest, having this kind of little melody. Then this pretty cool bebop jazz kind of chromatical idea. And then we're going to this really classical kind of Ingvi lick. In fourth we have 19, 23, 20, 19. Then going to starting on the 15th fret, playing 15, 19, 17, 15. Going to the 17th fret. Playing 17, 20, 19, going to the 14th fret, 14, 17, 15, then we're going to the 15th fret, and so on. Going this way horizontally through the scale. This is actually one of the most bitchiest kind of lines in all of the solos from this song, because of two things. The position shifts, the really big position shift that we have to do with one finger, with our index finger. Jumping, for example, with the index finger from the 19th fret to the 15th fret, which is a really pretty wide jump. And you can hear in the recording when you're slowing it down really like only 25% or 30% that Kiko is also not playing it 100% correctly, not correctly, but 100% clean, because it's nearly impossible with those kind of lines. Because this is such a distance, it will always cost a little more time than you want to from going from here to here. So I would train it like this, for example. Just train the jump and then adding more and more sequences to it. And so on and so on. Okay, this was the first solo. Let's check out the second solo. The second solo is the easiest solo from all of the solos that we have here. It's just basically pretty easy melody, which goes like this. Again, we are switching the keys from B Phrygian and B Phrygian dominant. We're starting off, interestingly, with the nines, not the sharp 9, but the regular 9, the 16th fret, but we're bending to the major third from B. Sing it from B. Oh, this was a terrible bend, sorry. So this solo is pretty good to practice your bendings as well. Then we have this melody here, 17, 16, 17, going back to the sharp 9. I always say sharp 9 to this note. I mean a flat 9. Then we're going from the 4th to the 5th through this bending, 17th fret to 19th fret. Resolving to the major third, implying the B Phrygian dominant sound. Jumping to the high E, the flat 9 again. Then, going to the 15th fret. Then we're bending from the 17th fret to the 19th fret, and now we're going together with the power chords in the rhythm section with two with two half step downward bendings, one half step, another half step, and playing the same melody like this one from the rhythm section, but only as the solo. Okay, so solo number 3 was a pain in the ass in the beginning to figure out, and I still don't have it correctly. I assume. I can't wait to see some playthroughs from Kiko or live versions from Kiko. Because the problem here is we have some sort of sequence, like this one here. Sorry. But between that, we always have the note of C sharp. This one here. And in the recording, it sounds like he is doing some sort of open string stuff. Like playing it like this. Sorry. But the B is not the correct note, where he's always landing in between. It's not the correct pedal note. It's C sharp. So first I assume, okay, maybe he's using some sort of capodaster or a human capodaster, for example, our index finger doing something which is called reverse tapping. Yeah, like this. But then I saw the video, because you have to know that I transcribed all this kind of stuff a few hours before the video was released, and there he's not doing something like this here. He's playing it with tapping. And I said, okay, but it can be that he's playing it like this. Sorry, of course don't know how to play it right now, or can't play it because I didn't practice it. But this can be, but then the problem is with the higher, with the diminished that we hear, and we have here the diminished sequence, he cannot reach the C sharp anymore. He has to go to this C sharp, and it's kind of confusing. So I for now on stick with my method of the reversed tapping kind of idea. And yeah, now let's check out the sequence that we have in our left hand. And you always have to know that in between that we have like when we are playing to the pull-offing to the low string, the open string, sorry. It's instead tapped here with our right arm with the index finger here on the 2nd fret. Alright, so first we have 14, 15, 14, 10. Going to one bar sounds like this. Then we're going to 12, 14, 12, 9. Then we're going to this diminished here. Sorry. 15, 18, 15, 12. The rhythm and the phrasing stays the same. Then we're going up one diminished and another diminished. Sorry. The cool thing about diminished is it's symmetrical, so we can use the same finger shape over and over again, just we have to move everything 3 frets higher. Alright, now together with the right arm it's like this. Hope you can see this in the camera. Sorry. You have to watch out a little bit that the E string is not ringing when you want to pull off from the index finger to the B string. Let me do this again. I can do this a little bit better. And let me try to do this one up to tempo. Right, and after that we have a little bit of bending action. Where we again in the C sharp minor, C sharp Phrygian dominant kind of scale. Now we're coming to something which is really typical for this style of Kiko, and it's the playing with the fingers, kind of hybrid picking style, but more coming from his roots in Brazilian classical guitar. And slowly we have something like this. Or at least I assume we have something like this. I hope I heard this correctly. But we are playing power chords. First C sharp power chord. Then this one is we are going to the next inversion of a C sharp power chord. Then we're going to an what's this here, an E power chord, to A. But yeah, not really A. It's more like E diminished, and then we are going this one up and half step each time when after we have repeat this phrasing. And resolving into the next section. Right, but how can we practice this kind of weird technique? It's one thing that I often come to my mind when seeing a technique like this. And the most difficult part of this is to, of course, hit the right notes when we want to jump from that one power chord to the next, up to here. But the next thing which is really difficult in this kind of technique is the usage of the ring finger, that we have to pluck the ring finger twice after each note. So we have, sorry, here for example, ring, pick, middle, ring, ring, pick, middle, ring, ring, pick, middle, ring, ring, pick, middle. So we have to pluck this one twice in a row. And therefore I would train something like this, for example. I'm not really that good in this kind of technique. It's also really new for me and makes the style of Kiko even more interesting, to be honest. So, and then again practicing this one in chunks. and trying to come up with more and more speed and develop it more and more. Now, the next section is fairly pretty easy one. We have first is bending from the from the F to the G, because now we are in G, Phrygian dominant or Phrygian, and we are first bending from the A to the G, as I mentioned, from the F to the G, goddammit, and then we are bending from the A to the B flat, which is really again kind of Marty Friedman. The target note is the B flat or minor third, but we're going to this target note through a half tone step bending. Then we're going to the fifth from the fourth. So we're outlining G minor chord, but just simply with bendings. Then we have this melody here. Which is really typical for Kiko Loureiro as well, playing those major substitute over a minor feeling. He's doing this, for example, also in Conquer or Die. There he has a similar line going like something like this. Yeah, and yeah, really typical for Kiko's kind of style and Kiko kind of fusion, Latin fusion influences in this kind of thrash metal kind of context, which is really, really awesome. And yeah, and we were going to see this a little bit more in the next part of the solo, where he is adding a little bit of more chromaticism. And here we are just playing 4 notes starting on the 18th fret, so 18, 16, as 18, 17, 16, 15. Then we're going to 14th fret and playing ascending the chromatical idea, and again descending. Then we're going to the 12th fret, 11th fret, 9th fret, 8, and resolving to 15, 16, 17, and playing again our resolving melody. So this was the big solo of this song, but it was not the last solo of this song. So now we're going to check out the last solo of Night Stalkers. So for the last solo of Night Stalkers, we have a lot of bending, kind of phrasing action going on in the first half. And here we are again more on the key of E Phrygian, E minorish kind of. And here we are playing again with a lot of half tone note bendings, really this kind of Marty Friedman phrasing that Kiko was really, really inspired by. And we're starting off playing the G, the minor third of E in the 12th fret. Then bending to this from the 11th fret. Oh, this really great bluesy kind of sound, the slow bend, it's so awesome. You really have to put the blues inside of this. Okay, this is a little bit more Gary Moore, I would say, instead of Marty Friedman. You have to get the blues in here. Then we're sliding to the 14th fret and bending up to the 16th fret. Playing this little melody, 12, 14, 16, and bending from the 5th to the minor 2nd, to the minor 6th, sorry. Then we're bending from the 19th fret, half tone bend again from the F sharp to the G, resolving to the E, again F sharp to G, resolving to F, playing E, F, E, and bending slowly from the 15th fret to the 17th fret, from the 7th to the root, from the D to the E. Having this little melody afterwards. And now we are going to the B Phrygian section, B Phrygian dominant. Now clearly we're starting on the B, and then we're outlining B, kind of dominant 7 sound. Together with the 4th and the flat 9 in it, together with the 4th and the flat 9, starting on the B, going to the major 3rd, 4th, 5th, to the 7th, to the root note, flat 9, major 3rd, 5th, sevenths, no, fifths, fourths, fifths, sevenths, and root note. In frets we have 14, 14, 13, 14, 16, 14, 16, 17, 16, 17 played with the ring and pinky, 14, 17, 19. Then we have this little melody. One step up diatonically, 2 steps down diatonically, 1 step up diatonically, 2 steps down. Now we have this little fast kind of triplet idea. Resolving in this melody. What we have here basically is a descending run, a descending pattern, but going horizontally through the scale, or step by step through the scale, not really horizontally, but always starting on one note and playing 3 notes descending in triplets, and then going to the next. Then going to the next position. This is also really a good exercise for right hand, because of some really interesting pick slanting ideas. We have to start with upward pick slanting, and then we can stay in upward pick slanting through the fact that we have, after the first string, we have always an even number of notes per string. So upwards pick slanting is the way to go here. Sorry. And then we're just playing simply through the B Phrygian dominant. And then we have this Finnish kind of line, Finnish kind of melody, where we're playing like with this pattern through horizontally now, really through the B Phrygian dominant scale. 23, 24, 21, 23, 24, 20, 23, 19, 20, 17, 19, 15, 17, resolving to E. And this was it. Those were all the solos from Night Stalker. I hope you have a lot of fun with this video, learning the riffs and the solos, and those are some really interesting stuff inside of this, played by Kiko, which is really, a really great player for Megadeth. Really love what he's doing there. And I hope I'm going to see you in my next video next time, when I'm a little bit healthier and not so destroyed like at the moment. And thanks for watching, thanks for checking out, and feel free to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and cheers so far. Stay progress!